So I was planning on making this video outside, but right now it's raining and I still don't want to ditch this video, so I'm just gonna make this video on my balcony. And in this video I just wanted to speak with you guys and share my thoughts with you guys and share my journey about the gym and how the gym was impacting my life, specifically the gym culture itself. And it's funny because my health journey started in the gym. It started with me, being insecure about my body, how I looked, and I wanted to change that. I have naturally pretty wide hips, I would say, and I have my bones are pretty wide, and therefore I didn't like the shape that my body had. So that's actually why I started going to the gym in the first place. But that was when I was 13. Now I'm making a video about why the gym may be poisonous, may be bad for you, and how it actually affected me in the long term. And I want to start off by saying that the gym isn't natural. It's not. I don't believe that in nature we would stress ourselves for no reason. But of course I'm not dogmatic about this subject. I still like exercising, specifically doing sports that are still enjoyable. So before I go into this, I'm not gonna hate on the gym. I'm just gonna talk specifically my experience with the gym culture overall. But we live in a modern society where people are overstressed, eating processed foods. They're always constantly exposed to pollution, and living a very unhealthy modern lifestyle where you're always damaging your body. And when I was younger, I the only thing that was centered when it came to health was actually only the gym. I didn't see anything, about diet. I knew that protein was good. I knew that protein shakes and supplements were healthy, but I still had a pretty bad diet overall. I was still eating processed foods, pizzas, a lot of carbohydrates, pasta, a bunch of sauces and stuff like that. So I was trying to fix my insecurity, and I thought that my insecurity was only in how I looked and how big muscles I had. And at the time I didn't knew any better. I didn't knew what was causing my insecurity. But yeah, it's an unnatural thing. We don't do it in nature. We would never lift metal in nature in isolated movements. Second of all, we're inside under blue light, flicking blue light, not having any type of natural light coming into us. In the gym culture, we're also normalizing these polyester clothes that looks good on us, I guess. It's the clothes, that are shiny, which is made of oil and plastic. And you can, think for yourself, what do you think is going on with your body when you're putting plastic and oil on it, and you're then sweating and opening up the lymphatic system. Of course you're going to absorb that material, and only that thing itself, when it comes to the gym culture, is very toxic, and it's something that is poison to your body. And that's in the gym culture. I've made multiple videos about this on Instagram, and people are just not grasping what I'm trying to say here. It's the gym culture itself. It's not exercising is inherently bad for you. I would say it's bad for you if you're overstressed, if you're eating processed foods, and if you're trying to build muscle on a body that isn't even ready for it. If you're sleeping bad, if you're stressing, if you're balding, Like, you shouldn't even stress yourself even more. It's like the opposite. You should try to fix your health with, going back to basics. And then you have, pre-workout, for example, that is very normalized. I don't see any influencer that are talking about, deep sleep, cutting out blue light in the evening, trying to fix your sleep, trying to fix your circadian rhythm, getting sunlight. Like, most of the mainstream influencers around the gym culture is like, I don't know if you guys know them, but Lex Little, Trent Twins, there's a bunch of, like, David Lade. I think David Lade is kind of into health overall, but I'm just saying the mainstream health or gym influencers are just like completely, unfortunately, brainwashed into thinking that just working out is gonna carry your whole health, and it's not. Unfortunately, it's not gonna carry your whole health. And I had this belief before. I was working out maybe 5 to 6 times per week. I had a lot of acne on my skin, which I totally healed from. I had very dark eye circles. I had a lot of bloating, a lot of gut issues. I was pretty insecure, even though I was one of the biggest guys in my friend group and the pretty big guy in my gym as well. Like, I had lots of muscles and I could, lift a lot of weights. And I believed that my insecurity only stemmed from the amount of muscle that I had, and that I needed more muscles. But overall, I didn't have no health indicator, nothing that could sign to others that I was actually truly healthy. It was only kind of the muscles. But at the time, I was also eating processed foods. I was also not sleeping great. I was also a gamer. I was also, very unhealthy overall. And this is why I don't believe that big muscles are like a good health indicator. I don't believe that we should like judge people based off of if they have a lot of muscle or if they have, no muscles when it comes to how healthy they are. They can still have a lot of heavy metals in the body. Like me, for example, I had a lot of heavy metals in my body. I had a lot of, microplastics, forever chemicals, just a wrecked system internally. And I thought that I was like super healthy. I thought that I looked down on like fat people. I looked down on people that didn't go to the gym, or I didn't look down, but I was kind of in my ego a lot during that time. And what I was saying was that you can still have lots of internal poison that is just being built up that eventually will lead to diseases, even though you might have a lot of muscle. And maybe some of you guys maybe already know this, like you guys maybe understand this concept that muscle doesn't equal health. But I'm kind of speaking to my older version of myself right now as well, because during my like gym phase, I thought that the only thing was just the gym. It was supplements. I actually did a lot of cold plunges, like trying to have this like David Goggins mindset, just push through life, just go the hard way, and a concept that I also had in mind was that I have to suffer to be healthy. I have to go through pain to be healthy and be manly. And this is something that I know today isn't true. I know that you don't have to suffer to be healthy, and I believe that if you live fully accordingly to nature, you won't be unhealthy if you don't go through suffering. What includes in a natural lifestyle, like truly natural lifestyle, is like zero pollution, zero consumption of processed foods, of course, not being exposed to any type of man-made like chemical or anything unnatural overall. Sunlight exposure, like being grounded, eating a natural animal-based diet, exactly how we're supposed to eat. You can just look at indigenous tribes that lives today, and you'll see that they are truly healthy and they are well developed. They are the healthiest humans that you will ever see in your entire life. Look up the tribes that lives today, especially in Africa, like the Maasai tribes, for example. It's peak performance, and they don't have a lot of muscle. They have like basically zero chemicals, zero modern stress and pollution and stuff. And you'll see that they're well developed, they're tall, they're healthy, they don't have acne. And that's exactly what you should try to have in mind and try to achieve. Try to, come as close as possible to a natural lifestyle, while of course you still might have a regular job, and you might still have some goals that you want to pursue in the modern world. You can still balance that with living a healthy lifestyle, and this is something that healed my body a lot. Just this mindset of going back to basics, cutting out toxins, and cutting out all the bullshit that we're being exposed to these days. That's like one of the main things that actually healed my body. People think my transformation is like something very difficult, but it's not really difficult. It's just like you're being so distracted by modern media that tells you to go David Goggins mode, to do cold plunges, to take supplements, and they don't even focus on the basics, like the root, like sleep, light environment, sunlight exposure, natural diet, cutting out whatever is unnatural in your environment. That's the basics. It's so simple, but people don't really see it when we're constantly being pushed stuff in media, like all these health influencers that are promoting different brands with like supplements, and influencers that are telling you to, like, this white monster trend. Like, it's bullshit. I don't know if you guys seen it, but on Instagram and on TikTok, people are like making it a trend to drink a white monster, when it's pure like bullshit. It's chemicals. It's ass for your body, and it stresses your system out, and it's not gonna make you healthy at all. It's just like energy drinks and gym is like the worst combination for your health. You're basically putting your body in fight or flight mode and stressing your body out. Meanwhile, you're dehydrating yourself with this huge amount of caffeine that is man-made. Caffeine doesn't exist in nature. Like coffee isn't natural as well. It's a process. It's a black seed drink that you're drinking. You cannot consume it in the natural form. And I believe that everything that we consume should be in its most natural, rawest form, and that's why I'm also on a raw diet, natural animal-based diet. That makes so much sense. And if you actually have any knowledge about it, you also know that it's the optimal diet for humans. But yeah, what I was saying. But yeah, with my health, I thought that the gym was the only solution. So I've been going to the gym from when I was 13 to when I was about 18, 19, I would say. And my acne didn't go away. I still had very dry and like thin hair. I still had dark eye circles. I had bad sleep. I had bad energy levels. I was very lazy. I was like scrolling on my phone during the days. I had a bad diet. I was laying on the couch, and then when it was time to go to the gym, I went to the gym for like 2 hours straight, working out as hard as I could. Then after the gym, I was still like laying on the couch, not doing anything at all. So it was kind of like a coping mechanism as well, with like me just being very lazy and not knowing what to do. I thought that, okay, if I can just like work out 6 times per week, that's enough. I feel fulfilled because I've went through pain, and now I can just chill. I've done the work. I can chill. So I didn't pursue anything else outside of the gym when it comes to this. I was just like satisfied with building more muscle. But yeah, as I said, it's not sustainable. And when you've gone to the gym for multiple years and nothing outside of the gym has even changed, just like your muscle growth, then you'll realize that something is wrong and might not be the most ideal approach to health overall. And the funny thing is, when I stopped going to the gym, that's when my health transformation came about. When I got rid of my acne, when I healed my gut health, when I got rid of my bloating, when I got healthier, blonder hair, when I was able to maintain a tan, when I got more energy, when I got more creative, I got more energy to do things that I wanted to pursue outside of the gym, and a lot of more things, like a lot of different things. But just my main transformation from going to very like unhealthy looking and very like low energy to being where I am today, being a health coach, fixing my health but also others, it happened when I stopped going to the gym. So focusing on the basics, focusing on actually fixing your health, like fixing your sleep, your diet, whatever health issues that you have, and then maybe build muscle on top of that. Go to the gym maybe 2 or 3 times per week. Make sure that you can actually work out outside while being grounded, while getting sunlight, while being a human being, and not being a slave that just follows society's norms. It's I don't mean that in a harsh way. I'm kind of like talking to my older version of myself, like maybe being a bit angry about myself and my coping mechanism. So it's not like I'm trying to be negative or trying to have like a negative mindset here. I'm just like speaking the truth, and build something on top of a body that is actually ready for like building. Most people today aren't ready to actually build muscle. Most people aren't ready to actually put themselves in more stressful situations than they're already going through. So it's like, fix the basics first, then go do something. And personally, I've been off the gym now for 1.5 years approximately, and I find it more enjoyable to do like, first of all, I focus on 10,000 steps per day. Then I find it more enjoyable to do sports like playing paddle, playing football, playing volleyball, for example, at the beach, while you get the sunlight, while you're grounded, while you're getting natural movement, not like isolated movement. I still have a shoulder injury from 3 years ago that's not healing, so I need to go get that fixed as well. That's coming like from the gym. I was bench pressing like 90 kilograms times 15 or something, 15 I think. 90 kilograms in pounds is like 210 pounds, I'd say. And I was listening to Pop Smoke, and I had taken double scoops of pre-workout, and I tried to max out my PR, and I didn't have good like posture at all when I was actually like lifting. So something like really got wrong with my left shoulder, and I still have that injury. I do have an injury on my, what's it called, on this part of my hand right here, on my wrist basically. That is still like I can still feel it when I lift heavy stuff. So it's like, it's unnecessary in my opinion. You shouldn't focus on only the aesthetics. You should focus on actually being a human. I can feel good now. I feel more confident now when I have like 10 kilos less of muscles. But I'm still like, I'm happier. I'm more satisfied with life. I can enjoy life better. I'm more present. I feel like better overall. Like I'm more happy without the muscle, because I focused on what's actually important. Just reconnecting to nature, reconnecting to what we're supposed to do here on earth. So yeah, guys, that's just something that I wanted to speak with you guys about. It's my perspective. I'm not hating on anyone if they're going to the gym. I'm just trying to put out there that your focus should be on actually being healthy, like reconnecting with nature and having a natural diet and fixing your sleep, fixing your light environment. Then of course you could on top of that go to the gym and build muscle and stuff like that. But it's not where your focus should be at, because most people get stuck on just going to the gym. So I just want you guys to be as healthy as possible, and that was my perspective. Let me guys know if you have any other perspective, or if this doesn't align with you, then just let me know what you guys think. This is how I healed my body. It's one part of it, shifting focus. This is also how my clients fix their health, shifting focus. So yeah, that's it. Let me guys know what you think, and drop a comment down below. And also, if you guys can follow me on Instagram, DM me on Instagram. My DMs are open. Right now I just posted like a Q&A on my story, so I'm answering some DMs and some questions there. Yeah, I also offer coaching as well for people that want to heal their health issues and want to get healthy and vital. So check out my Instagram for sure, and I'll see you guys in the next one.